Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend preview. We're coming right towards the end of the season now, so a huge weekend of Premier League and Championship action, starting off on Friday night in the Premier League where Fulham take on Wolves. Now Wolves, they really don't have much to play for now, to be honest. It's kind of just about building for next season, but Fulham, they're still in the midst of the relegation battle and it's still not over yet. But I do feel like this is a game they'll be targeting where they have to win, and I think they will get the win here. I think it'll be scrappy, but I think they'll get a 1-0 win. Manchester City host Leeds on Saturday lunchtime in the Premier League. Manchester City, what can you say about them? Just incredible recently. Obviously got that really solid win over Dortmund in midweek, which would be massive for them. But as for Leeds, 2 wins on the trot from them now, so they're in decent form. But I think everyone will see this as a kind of a free hit for Leeds here. We know how good Man City are. They may rest a few players ahead of the Champions League game, but I still think they'll pick up a pretty comfortable 3-0 win. Leeds host Liverpool host Aston Villa at Anfield in the Premier League, and this is an interesting one. Liverpool, it did look like they were starting to get back into form with 3 wins on the trot, but then obviously they weren't great against Real in the week. But Villa, their form is very hit and miss, really bad, but they did get a win last time out, which could be a massive confidence booster. But I'm backing Liverpool to end their home record here. I'm going to say a 2-0 Liverpool win, even though they might rest players. Crystal Palace host Chelsea in the final game of Saturday, and this is another hard one to call. Chelsea obviously got that massive win in the Champions League after that really poor performance against West Brom last time out. Palace in 12th. It's not going it's going okay for them recently. 4 points from the last 2, but a lot of draws. But I think Chelsea will have too much quality for them here. I'm going to say a 2-0 away win, which would be a pretty solid result. Burnley take on Newcastle in the Premier League on Sunday. Burnley, they're definitely not safe yet, following a disappointing collapse against Southampton last time out. 7-point gap, so it's not over, but it would take a miracle to get down. Newcastle, solid point against Tottenham last time out. That'll give them a lot of confidence, but I just think Burnley will want to get revenge for that embarrassing loss, so that makes me think they might get the win here. So I'm going to say 1-0. West Ham take on Leicester in the Premier League on Sunday in a game which I'm really looking forward to. West Ham, they just look so good at the moment, don't they? Incredible in that first half against Wolves. Leicester, they're looking solid as well, showing no signs of collapse, these two. But I think for Leicester this is a must not lose. For West Ham, you kind of feel like they need a win from this, so it could go either way, but I think it will be quite close, and therefore I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, but I'm really looking forward to this. Tottenham host Manchester United in the Premier League on Sunday. Tottenham, they're very hit and miss at the moment. Really bad last time out in that draw against Newcastle. Man United win against Brighton. They weren't at their best, but it looks like they're going to comfortably secure a Champions League spot, and that's a really solid season for them. Tottenham, they've still got an outside shot at the Champions League, so this is always treating this as a must-win game. But once again, I can see it being a draw. I'm going to say 1-1. Sheffield United host Arsenal in the Premier League on Sunday evening. And their form really hasn't been great, to be honest, ever since Chris Wilder left. And it's not looking too good for them. As for Arsenal, their form isn't great either. In their last competition, 1 point from 3 games in all competitions. But if there's any team where they're going to recover their form against, it's definitely Sheffield United, and I can see them getting a win here. I think it'll be comfortable too. I'm going to say Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 2. West Brom host Southampton in the Premier League on Monday evening. And this is a huge game for West Brom. Who saw that result coming against Chelsea? Certainly not me. And they're 8 points behind. It's very unlikely. But you never know, if they get the win here and Newcastle lose, then you could start to believe if you're a West Brom fan. And to be honest, Southampton, incredible comeback last time out, but they're not unbeatable, and I think they might get the win here. I'm going to say West Brom 1, Southampton 0. Brighton host Everton on Monday night in the Premier League. Everton in 8th, they're kind of hanging on to their European hopes at the moment, aren't they? It's been a bit of an iffy run. They should have won last time out. Just not too great for them. As for Brighton, They did have 2 wins, but lost last time out, so their form is very hit and miss still. But I think Everton will get the win here, and a much needed win. I'm going to say 1-0 to Everton. Watford host Reading, moving on to the Championship now. For me, this is a really interesting one. Watford, they were far from their best last time out against Middlesbrough, and it kind of makes me think, especially with Brentford and Swansea's dip in form, do they already think they're up? Are they already on the beach? Which I probably think they are at this stage of the season. So I think Reading might get a surprise win here. Obviously Reading, they still have a lot to fight for to get in the playoffs, so I'm going to go for a surprise 1-0 win for the Wolves, which kind of may shock a few, but I think it could happen. Millwall host Swansea, moving on to Saturday lunchtime now, in what is an absolutely huge game for Swansea. Millwall in excellent form as of late, won their last 3, but it will be too late for a playoff push against Swansea side who are in absolute free fall at the moment. They just need any result to stop the rot, and to be honest, I can't see it happening here. Millwall have just been outstanding as of late. Swansea have been woeful, so I think it will be a 1-0 win for Millwall, and then the panic bells really will be going off at Liberty. Barnsley host Middlesbrough in the Championship, and for me this is quite an interesting match of games. We kind of saw what Stu with Barnsley, when teams play Barnsley in their own game, they're kind of not as confident, and Middlesbrough, they already are kind of used to that sort of style, which makes me think that Middlesbrough could get something out of it, and I think they will. Barnsley, they were outstanding last time out, but only a narrow win. They kind of showing some signs of faltering, but I think it'll be a draw here. I'm going to say 1-1. Birmingham host Stoke in the Championship on Saturday. Birmingham, what a job Lee Bailey has done so far. 7 points from Brentford, Swansea, Watford and Reading is an incredible return. As for Stoke, disappointing defeat to Millwall last time out. Their season's over, but Birmingham, of course, still right in the midst of the relegation battle, which makes me think they will get the win here. I think it'll be close, but I think they will get the win here. I'm going to say Birmingham 1, Stoke 0. Bournemouth host Coventry in the Championship in a crucial game at both ends of the table. I was quite concerned about Coventry before last time out, without thrashing at QPR, but they were really solid here against Bristol City, which kind of made me feel a bit more confident. But against Bournemouth, who really seems to be clicking at the right time, it could be a bit of a struggle for them. And I think this will be a hard one for them. I'm going to say Bournemouth 3, Coventry 0 here. I just can't see it ending well for Coventry. Bristol City host Nottingham Forest at Aston Gate. Bristol City, their form's just been miserable. Lost the last 3, winless in 4 against the Forest side, who really seems to be picking up ever since the break. 2 wins over Easter. It's not going to propel them to a playoff push or anything, but they definitely seem to be picking up. Bristol City's home form is atrocious, so I can see Forest picking up another win here. I'm going to say 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, just with how bad Bristol are at the moment. Cardiff host Blackburn at the Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff, they're really solid before the international break, but it kind of does seem to have gone to pot a little bit now. I think they have nothing to play for. They're going to really play without the shackles of worrying about playoffs, and I think they will get the win here against the Blackburn side that's really struggling. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Cardiff, and I think they'll pick up a solid victory. Derby host Norwich at Pride Park. Derby, they're really not out of the playoff relegation battle yet. They were really hammered by Reading last time out. They were really poor, and you never know, they're just not out of the relegation battle yet. Norwich, they're all but up, and I think they can get promoted this week, which would be some achievement this early on in the season. I think they will get the win. I think it'll be pretty comfortable. I'm going to say 2-0 to Norwich and potentially promoted to the Premier League. Huddersfield host Rotherham next year on Saturday in the Championship, in what is an absolutely massive game, because next year they could be playing in League One, either of these sides. Rotherham, they've been so disappointing ever since we came back from the break, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot when it comes to survival hopes. Huddersfield, after that absolute drubbing last time out, they're far from safe, but I think they'll want a reaction here, and I think they will get one. I'm going to say 1-0 scrappy win to the Terriers. Preston host Brentford in the Championship. And yeah, Preston, they've picked up massively ever since Alex Neil left. 4 points from Norwich and Swansea. What an excellent return that is. As for Brentford, they seem to like draws at the moment. Drawn their last 4 games. Their form has been a bit concerning. I think they'll be safe in the playoffs, but I do kind of back them here to get a win and to kind of get out of this drawing that. So therefore, I'm going to say 2-0 to Brentford. QPR host Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship. And yeah, this is a really interesting one. I was really impressed with QPR recently, until that defeat to Forest, where they really weren't great. So this could go either way. As for Sheffield Wednesday, they've definitely got a chance of surviving now after that incredible run over Easter, where they look really, really solid. So you never know. I'm going to say a 1-0 win to Wednesday just to push their survival hopes forward even more. And finally, Wycombe host Luton in the Championship on Saturday. And yeah, this is another really interesting one. Wycombe, if they keep up their form, they're definitely not out of the relegation battle yet, and they could still stay up. As for Luton, their season's kind of done. They've had a bit of a disappointing start, disappointing restart after the break, which makes me think Wycombe could get their 3rd win on the trot. So I'm going to say 1-0 to Wycombe, just to really spice up the relegation battle. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. So follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!